point in the broadcast. I mean, phenomenal players. You've seen just how good every single one of they have been. So don't want to take anything away from them. Huge achievements and massive congratulations. But as we kick off the first semi-final now, this is literally quite the absolute epitome of a bittersweet. I mean, for one player it's going to be sweet, and for another player it's going to be very, very bitter. And within 90 in-game minutes, we're going to find out who our semi-finalists are, or at least our first semi-finalist is, anyway.
So Henrykinho with his strong Liverpool and his attack mode against Jonacra's Arsenal. He's getting used to score early again.
I'm literally just sat here shaking my head like, how?
Is this like a replay? Oh, Henrykinho, he's unstoppable. Once he steps into the box, it's too difficult. He's too quick with probably his left hand, right? His left thumb. He's too quick to move his player.
Like that, the way that he kind of shuffled around players, the backheeled pass, the lofted pass, everything. He had dribbling, he had flair, he had pass, he had
speed.
Yeah, and it's so systematic as well. The way that it's not a lucky goal, as you mentioned, it's almost a repeat. He knows how to pull a formation. He knows how to take players out of position.
Yeah.
It's so good to watch. I mean, I don't understand how he does it, but it's good to watch.
It's very nice. I mean, in PES, do you need to use that yellow triangle all the time, or is it optional? The one that you said to move the player without the ball.
You don't have to. It's optional. There's actually two elements to it. There's assisted off the ball controls. As Henrykinho is offside, there's assisted off the ball controls where you basically tell a player to move and the AI controls where he runs to. And then there's manual, which is just kind of like next level to
fast,
me.
right?
No, manual is like you control your guy with the left stick, but then you can also control a second guy with the right stick at the same time.
And at the same time, you need to pass the ball.
Yeah, so you can pass.
You need to hit the X to, yes.
Yeah, so but you're using two sticks to control two players at the same time, and a swat hand there from Allison to drill the ball back out of the net. But yeah, the manual off the ball controls are, and I don't know anyone that can use those, because if you can use it, that would be a game changer.
Coordinate.
It's
to coordinate
two different players in two different places
at the same time.
Yeah. So yeah, most players, particularly at the PES League level, use a flick of the stick to send a player on a run, which then either gets them ready to receive a pass or pulls defenders out of position.
I'm not sure, but not too many esports have this, right?
Yeah, it's kind of unique in that respect with PES, and you can combine it with a few other things as well. So I'll see if anyone does it now. Like Henrykinho plays the ball there. He didn't do it then. If you hold L1 while you play a pass, he's in on goal and he's got a second one. It's just so easy, so easy. So that's 2-0. Henrykinho 2, Jonacra 0. The Peruvian man, he's a mountain in the game himself, but he's just looking, compared to Henrykinho, it's just so consistently accurate over and over again. And he knows perfectly when to place these balls. We've had so many of those. Usually it's Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain in the box finishing those, but today providing the assist.
It's not easy to make that pass, right? You just have to put the ball in the right spot with the right power. It's
easy enough to do it, but the timing and getting your players to move in the right position, that's where it becomes difficult. But he makes it look easy.
Right.
Yeah. Most of the time, if you play the pass too early, it'll hit the guy at the front, or a defender will come and clear it.
Right.
But he finds it almost every time because he's learned how to pull players, how to stretch the formation, and when to release the pass. So he makes it look
something that we need to say is that we're watching each semi-final at their own time, right?
Yeah, we are, yes.
Not simultaneously.
Not two semi-finals simultaneously, yeah.
Right. So
back-to-back, one semi-final, and then the second semi-final. So as it stands, we have one potential finalist in Henrykinho. He's 2-0 up against Jonacra here.
But it's early. It's early for Jonacra, right?
Exactly. Very early in this game.
Oh!
And that is exactly what Jonacra needed.
Yes.
2-1 back in the game. And as I mentioned, he is a mountain in the game himself, being made to look like he was almost second place to Henrykinho from the kickoff, but having none of that, he clearly must have heard me because he's taken it down the other end and put the ball in the back of the net with some force.
With that close, that near shot, that's what he needed, of course. And Jonah showing his strength. He's a very good attacker, but he's facing one of the best attackers in the present of PES League in Henrykinho.
Yeah.
So we have a game.
We do. And let's hope we have this and we have more of the same in the second semi-final too.
Hopefully. Felipe Mestre and Alan Leal waiting, watching this game. They'll play next.
So yeah, I wonder what, from Felipe Mestre and Alan Leal's perspective, would you prefer to play first and get into the final, or would you prefer to watch your opponent, and then does that start making you second guess your game?
One thing we know is that they're nervous. They're nervous. We can watch them. We can see them from here. Now, you can see Jonah putting more players back there trying to defend. He can't concede any more goals.
No. He knows that. I think that's the kind of, he's trying to build from the back rather than just attack.
Yes.
He's trying to, because obviously Henrykinho's game is, he has an opportunity now, drops the ball in the box, but a strong save by Alisson Becker. And now Henrykinho looking to break a little bit of a tangle between the players, and good covering there by Socrates. But yes, Jona's building from the back, and doing that is nullifying Henry's attack, which he doesn't play defensively. He plays all-out attack, so if you take his goals away from him, he has nothing. And Henrykinho, good covering there as Jonah pulled out wide and had a man left in the middle for the shot, but Henrykinho got the cover in the end.
One thing we can see from this is that if you take the ball away from Henrykinho, you suffer less, of course.
Yeah, massively. And I think that is something that Jona will be picking up on as well. He's a guy that thinks as the game builds. He understands. So the first 10, 20 minutes of in-game time, and he now's an opportunity. And
what happened?
He cancelled his shot there, blowing into the microphone. Apologies for anyone listening today. He cancelled his shot there, so he did what we call a super cancel. So he shoots with square, presses X straight afterwards to cancel his shot. I wonder if that was him seeing a gap that he thinks he could work through.
Trying to, yeah.
Essentially a shot fake, trying to work his way through. And it almost kind of worked for him because there was players sliding in left, right, and centre.
It's like a pump fake, right?
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Like a pump fake. Yes. So we have a game. Jonah resisting. It looks like he's defending himself better. Well, you don't know that when you're facing Henrykinho, of course.
Yeah, all it takes is one well-placed pass, and we've seen he has that. He could do it now. He has a man left over in the box, and he's, unattended. That's it.
Without an angle, that cross. I can't believe it.
Manages to find a way through, and Mane gets on the end of it. Does the easiest finish in the world from pretty much on the line, maybe a yard out, and taps into the back of the goal. Pretty hard to take, potentially, for Jona after having such a good 15 minutes of play. But that's the thing with Henrykinho. You're just saying just then, all it takes is one opportunity. And, yeah, there you go. We had defenders over. When you've got Hector Bellerin, who's a right back, over on the left side of the box, then your defense...
Something's wrong.
Yes.
Something's wrong.
And that's how Henrykinho plays, the way he pulls defenders out of positions. Hector Bellerin's all the way over trying to cover a gap. It's always going to end badly when that happens.
Still, for Jonah, the time is, we can say he's still got time to get back.
The interesting thing there, obviously, after scoring that goal, Henrykinho paused the game and then pulled his wingers further back to offer a little bit more defensive cover. So does he see that as an opportunity to get back in the game?
What a goal!
And there we are, Jonah Krah. I mean, maybe the changes that Henrykinho just made didn't work. He pulled his attackers back to offer more defense, to kind of to get himself on the ball and in the game, but it worked exactly the opposite. He took the attacking impetus away, which meant that Jona could put on the front foot, put some acceleration on, and then within seconds in the back of the net.
This is the type of semi-final we were waiting for, Graham.
100%. I agree.
Between two winners, going forward both, the one that makes less mistakes will get into the final. And we still have the whole second half.
Which is amazing, because it feels like we've been watching this game with like 90 minutes.
Yeah. We feel like it, but I don't know. We would love to see this 90-minute game, but it's not possible. We will have to use the 24 hours of this Saturday.
The interesting thing there is obviously Henrykinho paused the game and pulled his attackers. Oh, he's got another one! This is
This is going back and forth, Graham.
I mean, it's almost the changes he's making are impacting directly. He paused the game, pulled his attackers back, he conceded, paused the game, pushed his attackers forward, and then scored.
It's possession by possession. Yes. It's like that, and Henrykinho knows how to handle his team. He's a veteran of Pro Evolution Soccer, no doubt about it. It looks like he knows how to handle his players, how to plan his strategy. He's still, I mean, he deserves to be in the final right now from what we've seen. Both teams, both players actually deserve to be in the finals. But what we've seen is Henrykinho being too much.
He had a little bit of luck at this bit here. Watch the defender trying to... Oh, missed it. He tries to clear the ball.
Yes.
And there was a slight bobble. I think it touched Salah's foot, and the defender just kind of swung his foot, air shots, missed the ball completely, and then they just left.
Did he use the goalie? Yes. He moved the goalie at the end, trying to react late.
Tried to get a little bit of last-minute manual keeping on. Didn't quite work. But when you're in that position, playing against one, Mohamed Salah, and two, Henrykinho, nobody's going to save there.
Of course, of course. So that's the end of the first half, 4-2. Henrykinho up front. Let's see what John Accra can do to fix his team, to give them back that energy or stamina that they needed. From the beginning, he looks worried, but he doesn't look like... this is not over yet. It looks like this is not over.
He's made, the only change that I saw then was him bringing Kolasinac on, the left back. So he's refreshing his defence. And maybe that's the same thing you mentioned before, Freddie, in terms of keep your defence strong to counter his attack, get rid of his attack, and then there's nothing left in the game. And as he has an opportunity here, and straight back in, another goal, 4-3. The semi-final we wanted, and it continues to be the game we all wanted to watch.
Is this a chess play? A chess game? But I'm not sure.
Oh,
this is strategy. Vamos. This is strategy. This is John Accra is the only Peruvian in the semi-finals. We know he's capable of going deep. We've seen him in the PES League finals already. In the past years, he wants to be there again. And as we said before, he won't throw the towel till the end if he does.
Yeah, absolutely not. He's definitely going to keep pushing, keep fighting. And just as we say that, he has bodies moving forward here now. Maitland-Niles on the left, on the left, trying to find one of three bodies in the middle. Can he get the equaliser? That would be very interesting to say the least, but a little bit of a loose touch from Welbeck, almost finds his way through, and now Henrykinho looking to break, but still on the front foot now. John Accra, the Peruvian, looking to push forward, still has bodies, still has men looking, searching, but can he find his way in? Henrykinho, almost like a little bit of a terrier chasing him down, and manages to get the ball under control and pushes forward. Now this is the part where Jona has to be worried. He has men forward. Then you have the attack of Henrykinho charging at you. That's got to be scary.
This is the dangerous Henrykinho, of course. I agree.
Oh.
So John Accra is the only one capable of avoiding a Brazilian final. If not, still Brazil, a strong country in PES League. After ChupaLukl left, there's no Argentinian, there's no Mexican, there's no Chilean, there's no Colombian, and there's no US also. All the countries, all the representative of those countries in the quarterfinals.
You mentioned the US player there. I was speaking to Del Piero yesterday, who I can see just over to our left, sat on the stage, looking a little bit unhappy with himself. He shouldn't be. He should be proud of what he's achieved.
Yeah.
But he mentioned yesterday, literally said the Brazilian players are on another level. Those are the ones to beat, and his prediction clearly came true because we still have 3 of the 4 players left. 75% of the players left in the competition, all Brazilian, and at this point, looking like at least one of the finalists will be Brazilian. Jona, though, has to make sure that that doesn't happen very soon, and he's doing exactly what he needs to with the ball in the box, but maybe a touch too rushed as Aubameyang looks to keep it alive, and HenrykinhO, strangely for HenrykinhO, kicks the ball out of the box, but it's worked for him. He now has the opportunity to run, and you can see the players with the blue markers above the head. That's him sending players off the ball to join him in the attack.
Oh.
And he skips past one.
Oh, what a play.
That was filthy.
Turn the lights off. For the first time, we can see HenrykinhO. Look at
stood up.
him. He stood up.
Yeah, punching the air. He's happy with that. As we can see, a replay of his reaction. Oh, he knows that is a big, big goal.
Yes.
5-3, getting into the late moments of the game. But that chip from Shaqiri, and Origi says, thank you, sticks a deft little touch and just directs it in the near post. The keeper couldn't be blamed for that one. It was all about that Shaqiri little shuffle to take the ball. I think he almost nutmegged the player on his way into the box.
So now, again, the strategy. Jonah looking for some offense. And HenrykinhO trying to defend the lead that he has, bringing in Dejan Lovren.
This is the game of chess you talked about before. Moves and counter moves. You make a change, I'll make a change, and see whose is the best one. As Eddie Nketiah now looks to add a little bit more impetus, but nothing comes from it. HenrykinhO now has 3 to 4 bodies and an extra one moving up the top with the off-the-ball play. There's a lot more of that, as you can see, up on the top wing. Shaqiri now with the off-the-ball controls, but a distraction there. Still, he eventually finds his way out. Shaqiri now, is he going to do another dink? He does!
No way.
But Czech, equal to that opportunity, gets at one strong right hand and pushes it over the bar. The danger hasn't passed. HenrykinhO still has the corner.
And again from the right side with Shaqiri. That's been a constant here in the second half. It's a corner kick for Jonah. Still some time to a late reaction. Moving Iwobi up front.
Eddie Nketiah, you can see a player that is only one of Arsenal's youth players, so usually wouldn't be brought in this sort of situation. Not when you've got the attacking players that Arsenal have, but because of his size, because of his pace, he's been brought in as kind of like an impact substitute at the end of the game. And for Jona, he's hoping that roll of the dice will pay off for him, because at this point he needs something. He's 2 goals down, 20 minutes left. And if he doesn't get something soon, HenrykinhO will start to do what he's doing now. Shut up shop, play professionally, and...
Oh. He's unstoppable. He's unstoppable. HenrykinhO is too strong for Jonah. This goal probably decisive.
6-3 now. It was 5-3. It was potentially still possible. 6-3. You have to feel that is the end of the game. And Xherdan Shaqiri, the man you're talking about, having the impact from the right. This time, HenrykinhO pulling different players out to release Shaqiri in the middle. But the thing here is that this is almost the same as the Del Piero USA game in the previous match that we saw, where he's having to go all in. So at this point, HenrykinhO's holding the ball up. He's kind of taking a bit more time to just find his way past Jona, who's having to put more pressure on, pulling players out of position. HenrykinhO's just waiting. Okay, now I've got the space. Release it, and then Shaqiri does this outside of the foot. Amazing.
Beautiful. From the Swiss player, born in Albany, right? Yes, born in Albany. So 6-3, doesn't look like Jonah can score 3 times in the time left.
If he scores now, then that would be potentially a huge psychological blow to Henry, and also a huge psychological boost to Jona. But as we've seen, he's having to track back. He's not having the space. He's trying to do an off-the-ball run there, as you can see the player with the red, but he's so tired that it's hardly having an impact. But Aubameyang almost released, and now HenrykinhO is surely going to hold the ball here.
At least he's looking for it. I mean, as we said from Jonah, he won't quit.
He's trying. Just 12 minutes left on the clock now. He needs a goal roughly every 4 in-game minutes but it's probably going to be another 4 or 5 before he gets the ball in possession. Henrykinho is just going to run the ball into the corner and professionally see the game out. As Xherdan Shaqiri once more is an impact player, a little bit too much on the ball there as the ball goes out of play, and Yona will know that he needs something from here or the game is surely out of his reach.
He's trying to burn those seconds.
Playing pretty well sports verse, should I say, in terms of he knows exactly what he's doing. His gamesmanship, seeing the game out, using every second that he has to keep hold of the ball. And has he got another opportunity? Sure, I thought that was offside, but no, he would have been through then. As Czech looks to spread the ball, get it back up to the front line, but just keeps going back to Henrykinho, and that is going to be got to be the end. Henrykinho now looks to skip past one defender. He doesn't want to see the game out. He wants to score an extra goal. There's 3 minutes left. I might as well. Let's give them something more.
No mercy, Henrykinho. That's his nickname.
And he has another chance here as Xherdan Shaqiri, the man of the match, in my opinion, turns back, releases Salah, and this got to be...
Oh, no, my God.
Amazing, amazing, amazing.
He's an expert. He's an expert. He just has plenty control of PES.
It's the belief in yourself to not just hit that ball with Shaqiri. So you can see, vamos! It's the belief in knowing that he doesn't, like Shaqiri here, turns, twists. Most people would hit this, bang, nope, turns, just, and then that, it's like a snake.
Zigzag.
Yeah. Which way is he going to go? Left, right, left, right, left?
Left, right.
Yep, yes, left.
Unpredictable, unpredictable. And Shaqiri again from the right side. That was the key factor here in the second half. How Henrykinho took care of that zone, that area. And then with Shaqiri open it up. Is Henrykinho the second player today in the 1v1 to score 7 goals, right?
I believe that is the case. ChupaLukl scored 7, obviously, against Del Piero USA, but now Henrykinho doing it at this point, and that is the end of the game.